Hey guys, welcome to London Players Guild. My name is Loki and I am joined today by our friend of the channel, Tommy, who has showed up on quite a few of our events. I don't think you've ever made the splash though, have you?
No, I've been in Commander, and I've been in a couple of the streams where I'm just chilling and stuff, but not
Hmm.
not like massively in the face. But I'm here. I'm usually at
Yes.
the taxi, but I'm here.
So we don't have face cam, so you only get to look at me today. Scott, sadly, after streaming the event, due to the heat, did not feel too well. So he couldn't do this with me, and that's a great shame because we have some really exciting cards. So we are looking today at brand new reveals of multicolor cards for set 14, Cross Spirits. So, without further ado, shall we start with the cards? And I need to remove the mic because I have a tendency to play with my mic. So,
Yep.
shall we start with the first one, which is Vegeta Devastating Alliance. So, it's a free drop, 1 red, 1 green, 20,000 power. He's Vegeta's lineage, which is interesting. Because we
Um,
did have something that could play Vegeta's lineage from the deck, didn't we?
Going to be really good with the evolution booster, the King Vegeta that can
Yeah.
rival for free. Because of the way that the alliance is worded, being
So
red
we
or
haven't
green
read the
leader.
skills yet, so let's quickly read through the Alliance red-green. If your leader card is red or green, this card gains power equal to the total power of the card switched to rest mode by this skill, and double strike for the battle, then draw one card. So this reminds me a lot of the Piccolo.
Yeah, it's not got the burn, but
Yeah,
essentially it's just a cheaper Piccolo.
mm-hmm.
And there is other ways that you can access it because you can, if you have a hugely multicolor red green based deck, you can free arrival the King Vegeta, and the
Yeah.
King Vegeta swaps into this for one energy. So you're doing it for only one energy getting to this, which is fantastic. And because I believe the energy restriction on the King Vegeta from Evolution Booster is three energy when you activate its effect.
It's a swap.
So yeah, the swap
It's
effect I
swap
believe
for
has a
free, yeah.
restriction. Yeah, I believe. Let's have a quick look.
I'm quite sure that there was another card that could tutor a Vegeta from the deck, but I'm not too sure.
Yeah, let's have a look at the card list. Evolution Booster, King Vegeta BR.
Is it BR?
Yes. The multicolors of BR.
Hmm.
Let's-
I think you
but
just
this
need
is
to search
yeah,
for
it's
King Vegeta.
yeah, it's fantastic with the swap support.
Yeah. So it's nice
Which
that
is
we're
going
seeing
to be
more support for the Vegeta's lineage, but compared to what the Goku's lineage did immediately after it was released, this feels a bit, Vegeta got the short end of the stick again.
he always does. Right, the King Vegeta is energy exhaust unique, arrival red green, no cost.
Yeah.
Top three if your leader's a red Saiyan. Now this unfortunately does lock you to a red Saiyan if you want to do this one energy play. But if you're three or more energy, choose
But
a Vegeta's lineage you have with cost of three.
that would be amazing for the King Vegeta starter deck leader.
Yeah, I was looking at that, and I was thinking about not Pan,
Yeah.
launch. The launch cost is an Earthling, so maybe you could come
Yeah.
up with some
But
red green stuff for Pan.
Pan is actually not a bad shout because Pan then gives 5k, right?
Yeah, if I don't think she'll give the 5k to the Vegeta. You want to ideally put this on board the turn before, and then when you
You can
start
put
your
it during your
turn,
opponent's turn. It's a
yeah, so
rifle.
put in your opponent's turn and then swap in your turn, so you get
Yeah.
the 5k boost to the Vegeta and then two draws. So this has definitely got a lot of applications, a lot of different decks,
But the
and
problem
especially
with
coming
Alliance
down to
is you do need to have the cards on board to switch to rest mode, otherwise the Alliance doesn't do anything. If you don't switch at
yeah.
least one card, it doesn't do anything. But yeah,
I
it's
mean,
an interesting card.
there's a great deal of cards that can be put on board for free with the multicolor stuff, but it's a
Yeah.
case of seeing how effective it's going to be,
Well then,
especially with the different leaders that can play it.
shall we move on? Because we
Yeah.
have a very interesting addition. Cyberman, Faithful to the End. A multicolor Cyberman. So, it's a 2-drop red-green with 4000 power and unique. If you have Cyberman card in play, negate this card's energy exhaust in all areas. So
So
this
this
is...
turns Nappa from just a basic red into a clean red green now.
Yes, it's way easy to do the red-green stuff, right? Also, if your leader card is a Nappa card, when one of your Cybermen card other than copies of this card is KO'd, you may play this card from your hand. If you do, choose up to 5 Cybermen cards in your drop area other than copies of this card and place them at the bottom of your deck in any order. God, yes, this is what the deck needed.
It's a shame that it doesn't draw when it puts them all back. However,
It
this
doesn't
deck
matter
runs out of Cybermen
with
very
every
quickly.
attack. You keep on getting those cards out, so it doesn't really matter. But the problem was that at some point you would run out of the targets.
So this putting them back essentially for free, because I know not all. I don't think the red ones are blockers, but I know the green Cybermen are blockers.
Yeah, I learned that very painfully that the red ones are not blockers.
Yeah, so this is going to be really good, especially if you're going a slightly more green-based build.
Yeah.
So like green unison and stuff.
In general, more arrival stuff, right? And Nappa is another red Saiyan leader.
It also works with the what is the card I'm thinking of? I cannot remember for the life of me. The Nappa 4-cost. Eraser Cannon Unleashed, I think it's called. Because he requires specific energy, being red and green. And the deck was forced to go often more one way than the other.
Yeah.
So the Nappa has a 1 red, 1 green cost. So it means that by the time you get to turn 4, this is much more of a consistent play.
Yes. Card is definitely way better.
Far more easier.
I like the fact that it's still unique, so you can only do that auto skill once while this card is on board. At the same time, it comes on board, you can use it to combo away, and then you have your arrival going.
Yeah, the only downside is that it's not a blocker. I think if this was a blocker, it would be really good.
I don't think it should have been a blocker. I think then it would
because
be
otherwise you could block, have it KO'd, and then have another blocker KO'd.
No,
and then
it does say when Cybermen cards other than copies of this card is KO'd.
Yeah. You can give Cybermen blockers in the deck, can't you? Is it the Yamcha blockers? The Unison?
Don't remember. I think so.
Let's have a look.
I don't think it gives a blocker. I think it's when it's KO'd, it comes back. But yeah, moving on. We're not talking... Oh, wow. I did not expect to see...
All I can say is, this art is beautiful.
Yeah, that's exactly what took me back. It's a very nice rare. So, hit Flawless Attacker. A 2-drop 5k. 1 yellow, 1 blue. Energy Exhaust and Barrier. If you have a blue or yellow Universe 6 card in play, negate this card's energy. Exhaust. That's nice.
I believe what we're looking at is a lot of check lands now.
Yes.
They're deviating away from them and for more specific ones.
Yeah. Which makes me happy that they're not going straight for the Tri-lands. Or Tricolor stuff.
That's far too soon for that. Far too soon.
You never know. So, also, when this card is played from your hand, you may play one... you may draw 1 card. If you don't, choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards and in rest mode and KO it.
So that's really good removal for red and blue. No, for blue and yellow. Because they don't have a lot of KO cards. And
yeah, that's really good.
You have to pay the 1 blue, 1 yellow for it, which sucks. However,
but not necessarily, because you have the Kaba deck, and then there was a Kefla deck.
Kefla Surge can play this from your hand for free.
Exactly, both of them
This is really good in that.
And then we have Activate Main. Once per turn, you can pay 1 energy. If you activate the Evolve skill on yellow hit card in your hand this turn, you reduce the skill cost of that Evolve skill by 2 yellow. So you can pay blue instead of 2 yellow.
Yeah, it also
generally reduce the cost by 1.
Yeah, it's designed to work with the Pride of Universe 6, the super rare or the signature from, I believe it's Assault of the Saiyans.
Oh god, yes.
So it's a cheaper way to be able to force your opponent back onto the unawakened side.
Yeah.
Which it was one of U6's very unique defining features. Because, of course, they all had their work together stuff with KL, Kefla, and Kaba. But Hit's thing was always flipping them back over. And now having a really consistent, easy access to the original 5-drop that does it is fantastic.
I'll also point out that I don't remember the evolution. I think the evolution cost on that one was 2 and yellow, wasn't it? If I'm not mistaken.
Can have a quick look.
Because if it has more than 1 yellow... Sorry, more than 2 yellow in the cost to evolve.
It was 2 yellow, 1 any. So you pay 1 energy for this effect, and then 1 more any.
Yeah, so you evolve for 2 energy rather than for 3 energy. Okay.
Yeah.
That's
And it
still
also
good.
doesn't specifically require it to be yellow.
Yes. So you can play mostly blue deck, which we know is way better in defense mode.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely interesting.
And on top of that, also a flawless art.
Yeah, the next one is better though. And it's such a shame that Scott is not with us today.
He'd be so happy if he saw this.
Beerus Unceasing Rage. So energy exhaust. Arrival red yellow for 1 red. Oh, sorry, it's a 4 cost. 1 red, 1 yellow. And 20,000 power. So it has arrival red yellow, which I still hate the keyword. When this card is played, draw 1 card. Then choose up to 2 of your opponent's battle cards in rest mode and they get minus 10,000 power for the turn. This boy good.
He's very good. It's a shame that they have to be in rest mode, because you look at a card like Yamcha that comes in for free, connect 2 cards by 15 for any battle position or any cost.
I am quite happy that this card is in yellow, or rather red-yellow, because then it's not another tool for Cooler.
Yeah. Cooler could still play it, however, it would be forced to combo maybe like Saiyan Instincts.
Yeah, but there's also another skill on the card, which is activate main, red, yellow, and 1 of any color. Choose all of your opponent's battle cards in rest mode and give them minus 20,000 power for the turn. And this card gets plus 5,000 power and triple strike for the turn. You do not want to pass on the skill like this.
No. This thing goes from nice defense to the second that turn passes, it's going for the throat. Like, this card is insanely good.
25k triple strike.
I think the nice thing about this as well is that it goes so well in the original set 8 Beerus.
Yeah.
Because you, of course, you've got your multicolor combos for free, so you can play this for the 1 energy. You don't even have to combo, pay any cost to combo.
Yeah, because you can combo from your drop.
However, there is a possibility that you could do a possible secondary mill strategy with that Beerus now, because the Beerus can safely run tricolor, because it needs to run some form of yellow for the leader effect, and also for the yellow energy for KOing cards on the leader. So it's just going to be, you can run the freezer, and then if your opponent attempts to reestablish a board again, you'll have 2 ways to remove their entire board.
Yeah, that freezer is scary on its own. Moving on, we have a revive card. Son Gohan and Krillin, buying time. Yeah, Krillin having revive, that's on theme. Points
ironic.
There. 2 drop, 1 blue, 1 green, 10,000 power. So energy exhaust, revive blue green. So for people who don't remember, because we don't have explanation here, revive blue green means that when this card would be KO'd, you can discard cards with total colors of blue and green. So it can be 1 blue green card or 2 cards. And the card is played from the drop area. You can only use revive once per turn per card.
Yeah.
Place 1 card from your life in your drop area. When this card is played from your hand, you choose 1. You choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards and place it at the bottom of its owner's deck. This is crazy. It's a 2-drop spin card by critting a life.
The only downside is that you crit a life for it, but at least for that first effect, that's really good. The only downside you'll have is that you have to play it
from hand
for the 2, because I don't think there is any way that we might be able to cheese this out with, ironically, the yellow Piccolo from set 13. But I don't think there's much in the way that we can cheese this out.
There's a second skill. If your leader card is a green Son Goku card, play up to 1 battle card with revive blue-green skill and energy cost of 3 or less from your deck with its skills negated for the turn. Then shuffle your deck. I'm quite sure there was Oiro with revive blue-green.
Yes, there's the Yurio free drop.
Yeah.
There's quite a few cards in that whole saga and set was really, really revive heavy.
But however, the problem is that the revive was never really good, because it needed to be KO'd.
And it had to be hard cast first.
Boy, Android's getting more love.
Oh no, it's the wrong thing.
It's a blue-green Android's love this time. I'm way more towards
a lot of keyword.
Green and yellow. Yeah, it's tons of keywords. So, Android 16, limiter disengaged. 5-drop, 2 blue, 1 green. Energy exhaust blocker. Arrival blue-green for 1 blue energy or 1 green energy. So this is...
I'm
yes.
liking that they're making them now optional of which energy you want
Yes.
to pay for, because sometimes you'd be locked under what energy you could pay for
Yeah.
them. So, like, if they were specific blue, you'd have to force a blue open. But with a card like this, you can just do either, which is fantastic.
And it is for the specifically multicolor deck, which is the Android 16 from Battle Evolution Booster. Interesting
It also
enough,
works.
revive blue-green with limit 1. Which means...
I saw this and I wasn't sure
that means
how
that...
that's meant to work.
so if you have 2 of those on board, you can only activate revive blue... revive on one of them.
So you can't just block repeatedly.
Yeah, so you can't block with one, revive it, block with another, and revive it. You can only revive one of them.
But it is still a, thanks to the auto, a restanding blocker.
So yeah, permanent. If you have blue and green card in your energy area, reduce the combo cost of this card in your hand by 1. Which is, yeah? That's an alright effect.
It helps declunk the deck, which is exactly what
it's a, very good...
a lot of these arrival strategies need.
It's a very good arrival enabler. Androids, the green, yellow androids got similar thing. Then auto switch this card to active mode at the end of your turn, so you can attack with it, and then it restands, so it's a decent blocker. And then activate battle, limit 1. If it's your opponent's turn and you KO this card and choose one of your opponent's unison cards, remove a marker from the chosen card. That explains why revive is on limit 1.
That's also very, very strong.
Because you block the attack, and then you pop it off, and then it comes back. And then you remove the marker, and you still stop the attack.
So you can block twice with this card, and remove a marker from a unison that has potentially boosted keyword skills. So you can reset a card like King Vegeta from the King Cold deck, or the Gotenks from Vegex. That's a really strong ability. Yeah,
it's a very good super rare card. I'm not going to lie.
It's definitely worth the super rare slot, because for the Android 16 deck, and it did just top as well. I believe it was the core TCG event. So that deck is still doing waves, and they're getting more support like this. The deck's going to be a huge threat coming forward.
It's a gimmicky deck. Those decks always make waves. But speaking of gimmicky decks, King Cold Gathering the Clan. 4-drop, 1 red, 1 blue. Energy exhaust blocker. It doesn't have a way to cheat it out, which is interesting. 20,000 power. When this card is played from your hand, look at up to 5 cards from the top of your deck. Play up to 1 red-blue multicolor Frieza clan card with energy cost 5 or less among them and shuffle your deck.
If this had deflect, and we can hope, if this had deflect, it would be so amazing.
It's still amazing.
The auto on the card is a really good ability. However,
if you're playing against green, it will always hit. If you see either the new cooler that we have just seen in a tournament pack,
Championship Pack, Volume 3, 2021.
Yeah, that's the one. In Championship Pack. Or if you pull the Frieza. You know, the 5-drop 30k triple strike that nukes your board.
The entire board. Yeah. It's a very, very scary card, this.
I love this. I love that Cooler is getting more support. I absolutely love that deck.
I think definitely going forward as well, especially when you consider things like the Oceanus negate that deck now has access to as well.
Yeah.
That deck's going to be very scary, because Red's got a lot of defensive tools with Violent Rays. Luckily, it doesn't get access to Imposing Presence. Otherwise, I would be a very happy boy.
I would say, luckily, it doesn't get access to Dormant Potential.
I think I would actually not rather use a Dormant Potential in a deck like that, because you want to be in the combo step, arriving...
Yeah, you have one combo step, and then one more, and that's the turn. You still have combo step on the first attack they do.
That is very true.
Like, if this deck had Dormant, it would be stupid.
It would just be way too good.
Well then, moving on. Oh, this is for me.
It's going to make you very happy.
This is for me. Android 13 Cybernetic Onslaught. Tell me that it comes in untapped. Yes, it does. Okay, 4-drop. 1 green, 1 yellow. 15,000 power, 1 cost 5k combo. Energy exhaust. Arrival green, yellow. For 1 yellow energy. If there are 3 or more Android cards in your drop area, negate this card's energy exhaust skill in all areas. I can easily do that turn 1. It's a shame that that Super 17 free drop is locked to Super 17 leader.
Oh yeah, a
That
lot
card
of
would
really
that card would be stupid in Android 13 if it could be run.
so many good Android cards coming out recently. So many
If
good
your leader
cards.
card is yellow or an Android card, reduce the combo cost of this card in your hand by 1. Amazing. And activate battle once per turn. Choose up to 1 green or yellow Android cards in your combo area and gets 5k combo power for the battle. That skill is not
It's
that
a
good.
cheeky 5k, which is really quite nice because it pushes you over that magic number of 10 above.
10k, yeah.
So if you were just to combo something small to this, you're still swinging at 25. So that's a
But
super combo with an extra card.
just the fact that this comes into energy untapped as a multicolor card is amazing.
I believe that now makes 2 cards for androids, doesn't it? That they can charge untapped. Because there
Does
was one in
it?
Evolution Booster. I believe it was the 14 and 15.
Oh, that one. Yeah, but that one you want to be able to put in your drop as well. Because that one actually works with the leader. Because I actually do play the deck and I know how the deck works. And on top of that, that 2-drop is when you play it. No, that only has the combo cost reduced, the same as 7-drop. And the same as this one. So this deck actually has 3 cards that are 0 cost 5k combo on multicolor.
That's really, really good for the deck. Because a lot of the multicolored decks, they always struggled with a lot of 0-10s or 1-10s.
Yeah.
No, 1-10s, 1-5s. So having a lot of these now that become 0-5 is fantastic.
I'm mostly excited for the multicolor because a lot of good cards require green and yellow, and majority of the deck requires yellow. So usually you do need a good multicolor to be charged. Hence why we have this.
And plus, because it's an Android 13, it's very easily searchable in the deck.
Yeah, the 14-15, when you play it, you can actually check the top 10 and play an Android 13 with cost 4 or less from the top of your deck. Which is amazing. So you can just get this.
It's going to be so strong.
Yeah? Oh, I agree.
And it works so well as well with some of the other cards, because especially with them being all of it being green yellow,
Yeah.
you don't have to worry too much about what it is you're comboing because you need the 14s and 15s in the drop anyway.
Yeah.
So between this and the mission begins, you're going to have some really easy access up to your chain.
So
if you're playing via chain.
Quite happy with this. I am quite happy that they're actually supporting the old archetype properly. That's all.
It is exactly what the deck needed. Same with Nappa being able to put back the Cybermen.
Yeah, it's exactly what the deck needed. You are right, because this is an active energy the checkland, and that's all. That was our last card for today.
Some fantastic cards.
So I am quite sure. Yeah, 151, and there's 154 cards. Yeah, so there's 3 secrets afterwards. So we have seen all of them: 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 50, and 51. Yeah.
So we are just waiting on the red releases, which I believe are going to be starting tomorrow.
Yeah, they're starting tomorrow, and one more secret.
The last secret, which comes out on Friday, I believe.
Which is going to be red.
I cannot wait for.
Because looking at when the secrets showed up, all the secrets showed up, they always match the color of the release on that week.
And especially with Bandai doing another SCR showdown.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see that. I know time-wise it's hard.
I am not that excited for... I'm not that excited for the red secret, but I'm quite happy that Androids got some love. And as much as I was never an Android player, the current playstyle of Super 17 and Android 13, I really love them. I really love both of those decks.
Super 17 is going to be an absolute menace coming out of set 14.
Yes.
Especially with the Championship 17 that it gets.
Oh god, that... so I would love that card so much. But I think that Championship 17 is better than Android 13. Because Android 13 is a hand control deck.
Yeah, and the ability to get that back every time is just super good.
being able to get that back. So Super 17 can't get that free drop back because it's multicolor. And Super 17 can only bring back mono yellow. That's what I'm going to say there. But for hand control deck, being able to not attack your opponent and then just crit them down to 4 life is what you need.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely looking to play this deck a bit more because I absolutely enjoyed it.
And I think especially with a lot of the Android stuff, it between the new 17 and the Android 16 from Set 13,
yeah,
it creates a really, really strong opening turn of double blocker and a search, which is very strong. So I don't think a
technically
lot
you
of
only get one blocker.
no, because the 17 is a blocker, and
Yeah.
the Android 16, when he restands after being rested by an Android effect, gains the keyword blocker skill for the turn.
It's once per turn skill, and it procs when it's played or rested.
The 17 rests it for its effect to play it.
It doesn't matter. You played it, it already procced the auto. It's once per turn.
Oh, that sucks. But it's still going to be a fantastic addition.
It would have. I think that was made on purpose. It would have need to be on board for a turn before you get 2 blockers out of that, and that's fine. But the fact that you can get that free drop on board immediately, I would rest Android 16 and not bat an eye. Both of those Android cards, the Super 17 and Android 17, are amazing for both of the decks. But I think Android 13, which is actually using a rival mechanic, is going to do a tad bit better with all those free drops.
Yeah, definitely. And also still having access to a Cell Xeno is because it's not rival, banned, successor. It's just got the errata.
Successor, that's the one I was talking about, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got access to a lot of good stuff.
Yeah. Question is, what Android finisher would you be running? Is it going to be Cell Xeno, or is it going to be Super 17?
Super 17, I wouldn't say is much of a finisher as it is a control piece. Yeah. Fantastic control piece. In Super 17, it can absolutely be an ender because of Awakened Attack. However, because of this being based in Android 13, you're probably better off with Cell Xeno because it's still very easy to get access to 12 power of cost of cards on board.
Yeah.
So
it's quite easy to get up to 5 energy as well.
Yeah.
At least from what I was playing. Well, that ended up being quite long. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoy it, make sure to check out all the links in our descriptions. Normally, Scott does all that spiel. So, I don't know what to say. We just finished our 5-star event, and there's more coming in August, September, and October. And then we're going to have a big event in November for invite only, though. Thank you guys for watching, and yeah, we'll see you around next time. Thank you, Tommy, for joining me.
No worries. Thank you for letting me be here.